Hey there! I have yet another decoupage project to show you tonight, and I think y'all are going to love it. So we're going to use some Mod Podge, okay? And if you recall, these are the paperboard bunting surfaces that are now not available, unfortunately, in my store anymore. But lucky for you, I do have some here, and I have some kits that I wanted to put together. So let me see if I can find my live. Hopefully I'm in the right place here. So I'm going to go ahead and just paint these. Oh, good Lord. With Mod Podge. Now, I'm just going to try and use a little bit. I know that looked like a lot. On each of these paperboard buntings. And we're going to Mod Podge them. And I have a little pumpkin cutout too that I want to Mod Podge as well, because I want to try and decoupage it. I don't know that I have decoupaged on any of my cutouts yet, and so I wanted to try that. And what a better place to do it for the very first time than on my live, right? And I hate this paintbrush. It is shedding so badly, so I'm going to switch to a better paintbrush. Here we go. And I'll just have to wash it really well tonight. Okay, that's better. So, oh my gosh, that other paintbrush just shed all over this thing. Hopefully those little hairs are not going to show through my napkin. So I'm going to paint all of these with decoupage. Hi Vera. Hey Rach. Hi Karen. How are you? Hi Stacy and Stephanie. Hi Marcia, Sandra. Hi Jan. Welcome ladies. How are you all doing tonight? I hope you're great. It's Wednesday. We're almost there. One more big day and then Party City. That's Friday. Hopefully we can all have an easy Friday this week, right? Let us hope. Alright. Okay, so you can comment the word harvest to get the stuff to make this, okay? The kit comes with all the stuff that you need, not including napkins. I was thinking about maybe I can switch out. So I was thinking about switching out like maybe 2 of the paste colors and including napkins in it. So I'll switch up my graphic, okay? So let's do that. Let's include napkins. I think we will. Oh, girlfriend, yes. Well, today's Wednesday, so tomorrow really is... Oh, today's your Thursday. I see. I'm sorry. I was misreading that. You lucky dog. So by the way, my elliptical came today, and it was... The guy came and put it together. So, well, he delivered it and put it together. And it is awesome, y'all. So, I don't know if it's still going on, but... Dick's Sporting Goods is having a half price sale on a lot of their workout equipment. So if you were looking for something, y'all, I got this elliptical for 50% off. And real happy about it because it's awesome. Chris went in there and he's like, oh, this thing is way more fancy than the one that I thought you were going to get. I'm like, duh, hello, I'm bougie, baby. Oh, you lucky dog. Lucky girl, you, Jan. I would like to be retired. It's going to be a minute, though, I think. Unless y'all can help me get my chalk business, like, just booming out of control. That would be lovely. And then I can retire and just do chalk full-time and cutouts and wax melts. Because... if you have not gotten your order for my live sale, I did include some samples in there for you. And I hope y'all love them because, y'all, I'm obsessed. And I placed an order, a small order with some fall scents and a few, like, Christmassy type scents the other day. They're going to be here on Friday. So I'm going to put together some other, the mixes, right? So you can take multiple flavors. That's what I love about Pink Zebra, is that you can take multiple flavors and put them together and make different scents, y'all. I'm pumped about these Christmas ones coming and the fall ones. Like Farmhouse Cider, I think, is one of them. And oh my gosh, I cannot stinking wait. I love, like, not really cinnamon, but I like that, like, fall. Oh man, dag nabbit. Okay. Y'all, I'm talking too much, getting too excited here. And I don't think there's a thing, like a real thing. I don't think it's real that I can get too excited about my stuff that I'm doing. But, yeah, I did. So that's a thing that happened to me just now. But let's paint this one and then we'll be done and I can wash this brush too. Whatever, it's just one more brush to wash. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So, just so happens that one of these paperboard bunting sets, it comes with 7 of them, okay? They're super thick, and they're perfect for this transfer because it says Harvest on it. Now, I wish there were 8 of them, honestly, because then I could have an individual one for my pumpkin. But that is okay. We will survive this, too, okay? You're funny, Karen. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to survive either, to be honest with you, because I want everything, and I don't have enough room in this house, okay? This poor guy that delivered my elliptical earlier came in my house and saw how small it is, and he was like, okay, where are you going to put this thing? And I'm like, okay, so I take him to my guest room, which has a queen-size bed in it, okay? And thank God, okay, I did pre-think about this, okay? I folded the laundry that's been laying in there for weeks that I've just been piling more clean laundry on. I did fold it last week, okay? So that's the thing that I've done. But I never put any of it away, so it's all in there still, whatever. At least it's folded, okay? So he comes in there and he sees, because he called me yesterday and said he was on his way, and I'm like, oh God. I'm not ready. There's a desk in there. There's all kinds of stuff that I gotta move. So I started moving it hastily, okay? Like really trying to get all that stuff out of there. And then he texts me a little while later and he's like, oh, sorry, I'm not gonna be able to come today after all. I'm gonna have to come later this week. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And then today he calls me this morning, hey, I'll be there around 11. And I'm like, oh no. And so I had to hurry up and get the desk out of there and like move my laundry, so I just moved it over to the bed. And he comes in and he's like, hey, do you mind if I use this bed to put the parts on, because I'm gonna have to bring it in pieces. And I'm like, holy crap, now I gotta move all this laundry. So I like rushed it all into my bedroom and threw it on my bed. Y'all, I'm a nightmare, okay? But he came in and he was like, ugh, this is a very tight spot. It's not a tight spot. It actually fits in the spot that I wanted in perfect. Even though there were no dimensions on the website, it does fit just perfect. So whatever, I don't know what he was talking about, but we got it. And so it's set up in there. I'm going to use it tonight after I get off my live. That's what I'm going to be doing. And watching TV. And I should have pulled these apart before my live, and I'm sorry about that, but I did not. So I'm going to show you, this can be semi-stressful, but get yourself a pair of tweezers, okay? And you can kind of like pull it apart a little bit and then get it in there with the tweezers. Now, there was one time that I was doing a project like this and I was trying to get them apart and I couldn't do it. Chris actually came, that was whenever I was still in the house, in my room in there. Chris came in there and he was able to pull them all apart somehow. I don't know how. He doesn't have nails or anything, so I don't know what kind of voodoo he was using, but I find that tweezers work really well, okay? If you can just get one piece. I saw another girl that like blows on it, but I don't know about that, okay? So anyway, you'll need 4 of these big ones, and then one of the little ones for the pumpkin. So just bear with me. I'm sorry. I know this is very So make sure that you split them, take off the second ply, okay? You do have to do that. I don't know what will happen to you if you don't do it, but you do need to do it, okay? It'll be too thick. I don't know what will happen. The heavens will open up and like the craft gods will like banish you to the craft underworld. I don't know, but just pull it apart, okay? And do it gently because you might tear it, and I don't want you to tear it, okay? Hi, Mom. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. So I got my elliptical, okay, today, and y'all, I swear, I've been having a time, okay? So my dad asked, his birthday was back in August, okay? And he wanted this radio, okay? It's a Ryobi radio that's battery powered. It's Bluetooth, and it's not just a speaker, it's actually an AM/FM radio too, and it's kind of big. It's like a boombox size, right? But you can't buy it in stores. Normally, I would just order something like that from Home Depot and call it a day, right? No. Not today, Pammy. And so, he wanted it. No, it's not going to wrinkle. Oh, it wrinkles if, got it. If you don't, okay, I see. Yeah, so the craft gods will smite you by wrinkling your napkin if you don't pull it all apart. Now, this one's 3-ply, so make sure that you get both of those layers. Anyway, so my dad wanted this radio, right? Oh, man. And so I'm like, okay, I'll buy it for you. I'm fine with that. So I couldn't find it anywhere, y'all. Nowhere had it. And I'm like, what the heck, right? And so it actually shows up on the Home Depot website, but you can't order it. And, hi, Anita. How are you, love? I think you're going to like this project. Anyways, so I finally found it on Amazon, okay? So I find it on Amazon, and of course it's like double the price, whatever, than on Home Depot site because it's not available anywhere. So of course they're going to gouge you, right? So I find it, I order it. First one I ordered, I accidentally ordered it to my own house. And so I'm like, oh no, cancel that. I made a mistake, right? Fine, whatever. So, so I canceled it immediately and reordered from another website or another person that had it. And that was fine. I ordered it to my parents' house and time went by. I just completely spaced it. You know, I figured it would show up when it shows up, right? And so I didn't even think about it, right? And then, like, last week, I guess, I'm like, hey, Mom, did Dad ever get his radio? And she's like, no, it never showed up. And I'm like, what? So I go look, and Amazon says it's been delivered. And I'm like, what? Well, it's been delivered. Go look, right? And so I'm like, because they've got a front porch and a back porch, and then they have a garage area, which sometimes people put stuff under that garage area. Who knows where it's going to end up? So I'm just lightly sanding around. I should have probably cut this off. But what I'm going to do, yeah, actually, let me do that. So anyway, she couldn't find it. It wasn't there, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to need you, because it wasn't ordered to me. I couldn't call the post office on it. I'm like, I need you to call the post office and find out where they delivered it to, right? So apparently, they didn't deliver it to my parents' house. They sent it somewhere else, or they delivered it somewhere else. But the address was correct. So I ended up getting a refund. So I'm going to use a lighter, by the way, to do this. Because of the edges on it, they're kind of not straight or whatever, so it's easier to do it like this. And let the lighter take care of it for me. So anyways, the post office is like, well, we're not going to tell you where we delivered it to, but we didn't take it to you. And so I got a refund again. And then I order another one, right? So this is number 3 that I've ordered now at this point, if you're keeping count. And it says like it's going to be delivered like between September 27th and October, I don't know what day it said, but it was some like long time frame. You know how they do that sometimes? Anyways, so I'm like, well, it'll come eventually, right? It'll be there. So today I get back from taking Dozer to school, and there's a package on my porch, and I'm like, what is that? Like, I don't know what I ordered. Who knows what I ordered, honestly. Okay, so there's my pumpkin. Isn't that cute? So we are gonna chalk on that, but in the meantime, we're gonna do the rest of these. So I'm like, I don't know what I ordered. So I open it. Y'all, it's this freaking Ryobi radio that I ordered. Not the first one, not the second one, but the third one. And it accidentally showed up to my house because I'm a dodo head, I guess. I don't know what I was doing. So anyways, yeah. I ordered it to myself, and now I'm having to ship it to my parents' house. Like, what is wrong with me? And so, yeah. And of course, my mom's coming in November, and she's like, well, I'll just get it when I come. He'll be fine. And I'm like, oh no. I've already made him wait all this time. His birthday was in August. Like, how rude is that? But I can't even get a birthday gift in time for his birthday. And here we are, the end of September, really. And no. So I'm going to mail it. So y'all, this whole thing with this radio has been a thing for me. And it better show up. That's all I can say. Okay, I insured it with UPS because I'm not messing with it. With them losing it or breaking it or some god-awful thing happening to it. And I don't know about y'all, but UPS really, they do not treat packages very nicely. A lot of my stuff looks like it's been run over by a truck when I get it from UPS. It's interesting to me that my UPS stuff, my post office stuff is usually in pretty good shape. But if I have something with UPS, it looks like it has literally been run over. Like, sometimes there are feet prints on them, or what appear to be not tire marks, but it looks like almost like it could be skid marks across it. I don't know what's up with that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all of these first, and then we'll get the edges on them, okay? And I don't think I want to use, I don't know if I'm going to use a lighter on these. I don't think I'm going to. We'll see. Oops. So I am using my little mini press. Y'all, I love this thing. If you don't have one, get one. It doesn't have to be the Cricut one. I have the Cricut one. But these things are awesome for decoupage. Now, you could use a regular heat press, or I think you can use an iron, too. Marsha, seriously, I do stupid stuff constantly, okay? Literally every day of my life. I'm like, what is wrong with me? My brain is gone, apparently. Completely just gone. So, and I literally ordered it while I was on the phone with my parents. So, like, I don't know if, y'all, I shop on Amazon constantly. I probably just, like, clicked it, not even thinking, like, yeah, ship to this address, whatever, it's fine. Because it's like an automatic thing, you know? Yeah, it's not okay. Yeah, that's probably part of it, I'm sure. Okay. So, yeah, trying to do too many things at once, having too many things on my brain, not using enough lists to keep track of stuff probably is another big one for me. Because normally I'm very organized. I need to keep my stuff organized and, like, know what I'm doing all the time. And I haven't been doing that like I should, so that's a problem. Right. So you could probably squeeze more of these on one napkin, but I don't want to have to, like, try and piece it together. So I'm using 4 full napkins. Oh, I don't know that you have to have parchment. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Hi, Joanne. Welcome. Yeah, I am OCD too, I think. I've never been diagnosed. But I have a certain way things need to be. And when things are not, like, organized in some way, I start to freak out. Oh, I just use, so this one is matte, It doesn't matter though. You can use the glossy or the matte. I don't think it makes a difference, but I prefer the matte whenever I use it on projects where I'm going to see it. So that's the one that I bought. But either one, just make sure that you dry it fully. But don't stick your napkin to it until it's dried, because it will get wrinkly if you put it on wet Mod Podge, okay? So basically it dries, and then the heat reactivates the glue, okay? Whenever you put it on with the heat press or an iron. I think you can use an iron, okay? I never have done it. But this little heat press, I only paid, I think it was like $49, but you can get one cheaper than that, an off-brand one, for way cheaper, okay? Yeah, Chris is not very, he's not OCD at all, which makes me a little crazy, okay? Because, like, little things just, like, give me the twitch, you know? Like, dishes, for one, okay? I used to be a big stickler, okay? My mom instilled in me that you don't go to bed with dishes in the sink, okay? And I am not. That doesn't make the biggest, yeah, so you could probably use the outdoor one. But I would just grab, you can get a small one for cheap, like $1. Of just the regular Mod Podge. It doesn't have to be the special one, because that special one is probably more expensive, I would think. Okay, there you go. A palm-sized iron. Perfectamundo. Alright, so I'm just going to use my nail file, because this with the nice straight edge, it will be perfect, okay? Yeah, so like with dishes, okay? I really like to have my kitchen clean, okay? Now, I'm not always good about it, okay? Because I'm OCD and also extremely lazy. And so anyways, whenever I load the dishwasher, which happens every couple of days, okay? So dishes do get in my sink for a day or two before I can't stand it anymore. Chris will come behind me, okay? And the dishwasher will not be running yet, because I literally will fill it. I will fill it and try to run it like once a week, okay? Not for any reason, but that I don't want to unload them and have dishes start piling up again in the sink, okay? He'll come behind me and put something in the sink, in a clean sink, after I just loaded the dishwasher. He'll literally watch me load the dishwasher and then do that after it's loaded, and it makes me insane, y'all. Like a crazy person. Because, like, excuse you. I mean, I personally, okay, if I've loaded the dishwasher and it's running, or it's so full that I can't put any more in it, which usually I can find room, okay? I can move stuff around or whatever to find room for one dish. I will hand wash a dish to avoid having something in the dishwasher. If my sink is clean and I want it to stay clean, I will hand wash it, because I don't like that. Also, my bedroom stays immaculate all the time. Which is funny, because my kitchen and dining room look like a Chocator bomb went off, or like cutouts and Chocator bomb went off, but my bedroom is always clean. Yeah. It drives me nuts, Marsha. I can't stand it. And I mean, I get on to him about it too, and he knows that that's the trigger for the Pammy D bomb, and he does not care. Or maybe it's just, I'm not as terrifying as I would like to be. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know what it is, but it drives me absolutely bonkers. And Ivy, whenever Ivy was a teenager, her chore was the kitchen. Every day after school, in order to go anywhere or have friends over or whatever, she had to do the dishes. And Well, yeah, so we don't have hardly any dishes. Now, we have been eating at home a lot more than we normally do, and it's just me and Chris. We don't have any kids because we used to run it every day whenever we had kids in the house. But when Ivy was a teenager, that was her chore, was to clean the kitchen after school every day, or like after dinner, you know, whatever. Her chore was the dishes and making sure the kitchen was clean. And there were times that she would do every dish except one. And y'all, I have called her home and made her get her butt home over one dish. Because that's the thing. And now, Ivy is the same way I am, that she has a certain way about her that things have to be the way they have to be. I used to be pretty strict on cleaning and stuff. Every Sunday was cleaning day. I don't know if y'all have a specific day that's like everything in the house is going to get clean today. But that was our day. And Sunday mornings. And then in the afternoon and the evening, you can do whatever you want. But Sunday morning, we're all going to clean. And if you have friends over, they're going to clean too. But, you know, her friends always came back, even after we made them do chores. So I guess we were pretty cool. Oh, no. You know, Chris has gotten a little better about little things that he knows that really get on my nerves. Like, laundry. Like, put your laundry in the laundry bin. There's no reason for you to leave your clothes laying around. We have a laundry bin for that purpose, and he's got a work laundry bin too that he can use for his work clothes. So, like, put it in there. I don't want to see it laying on the floor. But he does not leave his laundry laying around at all. He knows better than that. So, we're going to make this Harvest Signpost Garland. And I don't think I even showed y'all the transfer. But these are, the paperboard bunting. Okay, I decoupaged them. And then, if you haven't seen this transfer, this one's really cool. It is for signposts. So, it's the word harvest. Okay. And there's a little pumpkin, too, that we're going to use right here that I have a cutout for. Okay. So that's going to be great. We're going to string this all together. It's going to be super cute. And you can comment the word harvest to get this bundle, okay? I only have a limited number of the transfers, okay? So once they're gone, they're gone. I can obviously get more, but on hand, I only have, I think, 3 of the transfer itself. It's going to be really cute. And the bundle will come with these napkins that I'm using, 4 of them, and the orange and white one. The full transfer, which is an E size, y'all. It's a huge transfer. It will be cut up because I can't be shipping it. Ain't nobody can afford to be shipping huge transfers flat anymore. They are so expensive to ship. Yeah, so Chris does do the dishes. Sometimes unprovoked, he'll do the dishes, which still surprises me. Most of the time I have to ask him for help, but he does occasionally step up and do them without me saying anything, which is great. Alright, so I'm just poking the holes. I'm using my detail tool to poke these little holes through the paper on this bunting. And then we're going to get moving on the meat of this design, okay? So we're going to use, I think, just 2 colors tonight. Keep it simple, stupid, I like to say to myself every time that I try to make something difficult. Alright, so these are super cute. Now, let me look at them because I want to make sure that I think this through, okay, before I start doing it, because the sunflowers are all in different places, so I want to make sure that I keep them in order of the way that I want to do them. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with this one. Let me put these over here. And I have my letters here. So we're going to start with the H, of course. All right. And I do want to wax, okay? And I also am going to make sure that I fuzz my transfer really, really well. But highly important that you wax, okay? If you do not own wax, let me know whenever you order this, and I will sell you some because you need it desperately, okay? You do not want to put a transfer down on napkin without waxing it, because you are going to pull it up. I can promise you. All right, so we're going to fuzz right here. So make sure that you fuzz. You don't have to necessarily have a fuzzing cloth, okay? You can use anything. You can use your shirt or your pants or whatever you need to use, okay? And just, see, I already, like, I don't know if that's still hot, but okay. Try to be gentle with this whole napkin situation, okay? Because it is delicate business. I know. I do too. So we're going to use papaya, okay, for the letters. And then I think I want to use shimmer gold for that pumpkin. I think it's going to look awesome. So let us see. Get a little small squeegee going here. And I love this papaya. It's such a great color. It's really nice color. Now, if you haven't gotten this one or the new Rust color, that Rust is really nice too. That one has kind of almost a more redder tone than the papaya does. So I think I'm going to try and pull this up this way. Oh. Alright, I'm having a struggle here now. I'm going to tell you, I probably did not wax this enough in some places. Now, my H is a little bit worn, but I think that might be okay. Okay, I think I might be alright there. Now, let me just, I'm going to spray that. That paste is a little bit thick. So, I'm tempted to mix a tiny bit of water in here for this, because it's a little bit dry. I think that might help me a little. Okay, my friends, that was a little stressful pulling that up and having it not work great. Do I have the letters? You mean the transfer or a cutout for them? Well, if you want this one, Anita, you can comment the word harvest and get it. Try not to go overboard with the wax here, but I do want to make sure that I wax. Yes, this is a transfer, so I just cut it up. Yeah, it's an E size, so it is enormous. And it's meant for like a like a porch leaner or like a big sign, okay? But I realized a couple weeks ago, yes, I'm waxing to try and protect my paper, okay? But I don't think I waxed good enough on the last one, so I'm hoping that I did here. I did the whole thing. Now, I am trying to not push it down anywhere besides just around the letters. Like around the silk screen area, because there's no need to push down the whole transfer on this thing. But yeah, if you comment Harvest, you'll get the link to get this whole bundle with the surfaces. That's better. And the paste and the transfer and everything, okay? There's my A. All right. But the this paperboard bunting is not available online. The Harvest transfer is. You could go buy it online individually if you wanted to. But you can't get the paperboard bunting anymore. Sadly, oops, it's not available anymore. So I'm gonna have wax everywhere after that. But let me see if I can. All right. Okay. All right. Oops. Y'all know I love a good garland. I swear I make one every several weeks. I don't know what it is about these. I just love them so much. I'm really sad that this bunting isn't available anymore because I use it all the time. As you can see behind me with my skeletons. Okay. Now, my R looks pretty good too. Okay. And now I'm trying not to use too much wax because if there's a happy medium, okay? If you use too much, your paste won't stick, okay? Yes, keep the transfer from sticking to the surface too much and to keep it from pulling up whatever's on the surface. So in this case, to keep it from pulling up the napkin, you can use wax on a painted surface, like on a painted piece of wood, and keep it from pulling up that paint. Because not only will it mess up your surface, but it could mess up your transfer too, especially paint. I've actually done that a couple times where I used like a piece of wood that I got from wherever. I have this one that I used from Michael's one time that was painted. It was like a palette sign kind of. It was painted and it pulled up on my transfer and it like stayed with the transfer. There was no getting it off on the sticky side. So keep that in mind whenever you are doing a project like this where you have something that's real delicate. Oops, see? Like that one got a little bit of my napkin on the V, but that's all right. Okay, so there's my V. See if I can find a place for that to dry. I can't believe this wax jar has lasted me as long as it has. It's going on, it'll be 2 years in April, if it makes it that long. I mean, it could at this point. There's like hardly any left in there, but it's just hanging on for dear life. All right. So I've had this transfer since last fall. I bought it wanting to do some project with it. I don't know what I wanted to do with it, but I loved it. I love the font. And so I think this is a perfect time. Y'all, it was fall weather this morning. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt today and pants and not shorts. Although it did warm up a little bit today, but it was nice and cool, like in the 40s this morning. So that winter weather is coming, my friends. Well, up here in Tennessee anyway. Down in Texas, I think maybe I was joking with one of my friends that lives in the Dallas area that she'll get winter one day in January. Okay. Perfection. Okay, there's my E. Set that right over there. Oh, let me turn that on. We're almost there. I know. It's been a long one. Dozer's under here, under my desk, sleeping. He insists on coming in here, and he behaves himself now, so I welcome him in. But in a minute, whenever we use the dryer, I don't know how he's gonna act. He's really funny about blow dryers. He freaks out. I have to close my bathroom door and not let him in whenever I'm blow drying my hair because he just sits there and barks at me. Very unnerving. I don't know what he's barking at. Yeah, Nancy? It's going to be snowing there before long. And welcome. Thanks for joining me, love. All right. See if I can fuzz this dude a little bit. I love it. This font is great too. It's so perfect for this sign. See if I can transfer Transfer that one over there. And then last one. Wow, Nancy, that is crazy. I mean, it's probably that way in the mountains here in Tennessee too. I don't know. I'm not close enough to see them. But I don't know if we're really far enough north, honestly, to have snow yet. All right, so do my tea, and then we'll do our little pumpkin real quick. And I'm not gonna do any ribbon or anything on this one. I think everything that we have so far is gonna be a lot anyways, so I think it'll be perfect. So just be real gentle whenever you're pulling it up. And if you notice that it's kind of pulling on your napkin, go from a different direction and see if you can keep from tearing it that way, okay? Sometimes it's not easily avoidable, but a lot of the time you can kind of fix any error that might start happening before it actually completely happens. Okay, so this is our little pumpkin, okay? I just covered it, did the same thing, Mod Podge on it. Let's wax it. Yes, I used papaya on the words. And then this is just a little buffalo check napkin. The orange and white here. We're going to use gold on this one. I know, I'm really excited about this project too. I'm not going to cut that. I'll just leave it. And really, I don't know that I even, let me see how big this thing is. Okay, so, darn it. Got a lot of stuff going on here with not enough counter space, so let's see if we can. Dozer snoring. Alright. Or grumbling under my desk. So he's been having dreams at night where I don't know what he's doing, playing, and the other night he had such a vivid dream, very vivid. He'll be kicking around and running and stuff in his kennel at night, and Chris usually doesn't lock the bottom lock on his kennel because, like, he doesn't really try to get out of it or anything, you know. And he's smart enough, he probably could figure out a way anyways if he really wanted to. Yes, Nancy, I definitely need a bigger she shed. I've needed a bigger she shed since before I moved in, I think. It was an error on my part, getting as small of one as I did, but we're making it work. Anyway, so he's been having these dreams, and Chris doesn't lock the bottom lock on his kennel. And he kicked the door open the other night. Somehow the top lock was locked, but he had such a crazy dream. Somehow he kicked open the door, which startled me just straight out of sleep. I think it scared him too, actually. It scared Dozer. Chris slept through it. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the party. Let's see if I can pull this up. Okay. We have a bit of an issue down on the bottom here, so hopefully. Oof. Okay. Yeah, that little bottom part kind of pulled up a little bit on my thing, so I'm going to see if I can turn this back on, and then in a minute, whenever it heats up and this is dry, I'm going to try and reheat set that little side part. Okay, so now, let's see if I can set this back over here neatly. Okay, I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me. All right, get some of this junk out of the way, shall we? All right. So I think I'm going to attach that pumpkin to one of these things. Now I could go back on this one and redo that H. I might actually try to heat set it again too. On the edge. Now, I do have wax on here, okay, so I'm just crossing my fingers that I don't get wax on my heat press. So do that at your own risk, all right? All right, now I have just regular jute here, and I don't know how long it needs to be, so I'm gonna just, let me see what I want to do. I guess I need to figure out how long it needs to be, huh? Good night. This thing is gonna be a long one. Okay, so I am gonna give a little bit of extra just for the sake of doing it, so that if I use a little more than I expected, then I'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna just find the center, which is there, and I'm gonna start with my V. And I think I'm gonna hang from the back. Okay, so I lost my center, but that's okay. Okay. There we go. I think we're gonna hang from the back. That's how I'm starting it. So that's how we're gonna continue it. And then we can just go to each letter from there. Okay, so now, oh, to the back. Yeah. So consider that whenever you're hanging these, how you want to hang them. Make sure that you do it the same throughout. So that it looks uniform, okay? Now, I mean, you could switch it up if you want, do it from the front, do it both ways. But to me, with my obsessive compulsive, I need it to be the same, or else it's gonna drive me crazy looking at it. But this would be awesome, like, for Thanksgiving over the like food. I don't know where you do your food, if you have like a buffet or something. It would be super cute hanging from a buffet. I just, whenever I think about that, I imagine like how we've done Thanksgiving in the past at my grandparents' house and at my aunt's house, and like all the cute little places that this would be hung. Man, I miss my grandma. She would just love all this stuff that I make all the time. think she would, oops, darn it. Yeah, I knew you would, Anita. This is right up your alley. And it's a little like, I don't know if it's truly primitive, like how your style is, but I think it's a really neat project. And I know how much you love sunflowers and pumpkins, so, you know. All right. And y'all, my aunt is coming to Tennessee. It'll be her first time seeing my house and all the stuff that I'm doing and everything. I'm so pumped for her to see all the stuff I'm doing. And she's going to go with me. Her and my mom are going to come help me at my event that I'm doing in November. So really excited for her to get to meet some of my customers, especially my local customers that I've already met before, plus all my new people that I'm sure to meet. Okay, so I'm going to just tie like a loop on the end here. I'm going to just make a loop and then make myself a little knot to hang that from on both ends. Okay, about the same distance. Let me see how long that is, so that I have somewhere to hang it from. Okay, so make sure that whenever you cut your string that you have enough room to hang it. And then, if you have a problem with your napkin coming up, y'all, this apparently works great. So just fix it up like that and then you're good to go. Okay, so my thought was that I could hang this little pumpkin from the V since it's in the center down towards the bottom so it doesn't cover up the letter and kind of crooked off of there, just like that. Y'all, it's simple as that. Okay, now you can comment the word harvest to get all of this stuff, and let's see if I can pick it up to show you, because I don't know if I'm this one's a pretty large one. Let me see if I can flip it. Oops. And hold it. Okay, so let's see. Isn't that so cute? Oops, shoot. Messing it up. Okay. Isn't that so much fun though? I just love that. And the little pumpkin on here, let me show you the pumpkin. Isn't that great? Look how stinking cute that is. All right, y'all. I know. I love them too, Joanne. If I had a ton of places to hang them, I'd be hanging them all over my house too. But I do live in a tiny house, so Chris would be bumping his head on garlands at every turn. I promise you that. Anyways, that's all I have for you tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this one and learned a lot on the do's and don'ts of decoupage and using chalk with these products. Y'all, you can go back and iron your stuff if you need to. If you have any spaces that are coming up, take care of that business before you go hang it up, because that glue is still dried underneath there. Just be careful. You know, you do still have wax that you put down, so you could potentially get wax on your heat press, but just wipe it off with a paper towel and you should be good to go. Okay? I hope you all had a wonderful night. You can comment the word harvest to get all of the supplies to make all this stuff, okay? Including this little pumpkin, some paste packets, and I will throw in the napkins for you too. Okay? Good night. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. See ya.